I didn't see you there. I'm so sorry. We're getting ready to make dinner tonight. We are making curry turkey legs with some cabbage, potatoes, coconut rice. Now listen, I'm not Jamaican, I'm Jamaican. So I don't want to hear nobody's opinions about, oh, she shoulda. I don't use recipes, I cook from the heart. Stay tuned, it's gonna be fabulous. Before we can get into the recipe, we need to put our turkey in a brine, preferably overnight before a minimum of 2 hours before we start cooking. I will put the brine recipe in the caption. Now that the turkey's in the brine, I'm going to peel and mince some ginger and garlic and slice up some onions. I use a grater to mince up my ginger. I think it just makes it so much easier. Now I'm going to slice the onions nice and thin. The garlic I smashed with my knife and then chopped it up really fine. Your garlic, ginger, and onions are ready. We're going to set that to the side. Now we're going to take that turkey that we had out of the brine. We're going to rinse it off and season it up really good. All the seasonings that I'm using will be detailed in the caption. Again, I do not measure with utensils. I measure with my eyes, my heart, and my soul. So you're going to season it until you see fit. You're going to season it until Jesus himself says, ooh, girl, it's going to be so good. Now you're going to get in there with your hands and make sure that that seasoning is mixed in really good. Some people like to use gloves, but just clean your hands, child. Now we're going to get a cast iron skillet, preferably. Make sure it's nice and hot. Put some olive oil or avocado oil in it, heat it up, and then put in some fresh rosemary and thyme. Now you're going to quickly add in your seasoned brined turkey legs so the thyme and rosemary do not burn. You're going to brown the turkey on both sides. Now, while this is browning, you're going to add in your minced ginger and garlic that we prepared earlier. And after about 8 to 10 minutes, we are going to flip our turkey. Guys, it is a smellabration. I wish you could smell this screen. Oh my gosh. Now, as we're flipping it, you see how beautiful and brown it gets. Now, once it is flipped, we are going to add the onion. After you've browned the other side, we're going to transfer everything to either a crock pot or a pan to put it in the oven. The choice is up to you. Now it is potato time. I have scrubbed these potatoes and I'm cutting them up into 4. I'm going to use that same cast iron skillet that has all that good flavor from that turkey. Add a little butter and a little more avocado or olive oil. Then I'm going to add in my potatoes. Per usual, it is time for the seasoning. Again, the seasonings will be detailed in the caption. We're going to brown up these potatoes really good for about 10 minutes, making sure to constantly stir and mix. And then we are going to transfer those potatoes into that crock pot or that pan with that turkey. Add in a few more sprigs of fresh thyme, and guess what, guys? More seasoning. I'm adding in 1 can of coconut curry milk. We're going to take those pan drippings and fill that up with water and scrape it all out because I'm black and that's how I do things. Now onto the rice. We're going to take 2 cans of coconut milk. We're going to take some chicken bouillon, and we're going to take some rosemary. Add in your rice, stir it up, top it up, turn off the fire, forget about it. On to the cabbage. I am using leeks, but you can use leeks, onions, shallots, or green onions. I'm also using purple and green cabbage. You can pick your preference or use both like I'm doing. I also use tri-colored peppers, yellow, red, and orange, and I'm also using carrots. We're going to start by chopping up all of our veggies. As you can see me wrestling with this cabbage with this big old butcher knife, and I am just chopping. Get that nice and fine. Now, guys, this cabbage is really dirty. There's little bugs that hide in this cabbage, so please make sure you wash your cabbage very, 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 very good. I'll show you me washing it later. Chopping up all the veggies, chop. Now I'm adding salt and vinegar and cold water to the cabbage, guys. I'm going to agitate it with my hands, get in there with both hands. Make sure you wash your cabbage really good. Now, chopping up the leeks, of course, you get that butt off and chop. Normally, I use my vegetable chopper, but I usually use that when I'm chopping up things really fine. So today, we're just doing this arm work. Get a good arm workout in. Make sure you chop all your veggies nice and thin. As always, smash the garlic. I don't know what happened here. That garlic smashed me, but okay, whatever. We're going to try again. So I'm smashing up a whole bunch of garlic. Again, guys, y'all know I don't measure. Chop it really fine, really minced, really nice. And here is our prepped veggies. Now we're going to take a wok. Once your wok is piping hot, we are going to add avocado oil or olive oil. And I always test with a little bit of water. When it sizzles, that's how you know it's ready. I'm going to start with the leeks. Let those saute for about 3 minutes. Then we're going to add in the carrots. Let that saute for about 3 minutes. Then we're going to add in our tri-color peppers. Saute, add a little more oil if you need to. You want to make sure that that pan does not burn. And guess what? We're going to re-season. Again, all of the seasonings I'm using will be detailed in the caption. Let that saute for about a good 10 minutes altogether, making sure to add oil as needed. As you can see, my daughter did my makeup on the break. I am a mermaid. Now I'm adding in the cabbage last.
I'm just going to pile all that cabbage on the top because it cooks down kind of like spinach. Well, nothing cooks down quite like spinach. Spinach is a whole different category. But anyway, more seasonings, guys. Again, it's going to be detailed in the caption. And now this is just a labor of love because you're going to have to babysit this cabbage a lot. You're going to have to keep constantly turning it and sauteing it, making sure that it is all getting soft and tender and delicious. Now, y'all, while that cabbage was cooking, I went ahead and took my food out the crock pot and put it in a pan because I just did not have that kind of time. So I put it 2 hours in a crock pot, 1 hour in the oven, and that's just what happened because we was busy. But y'all, look at this. And if your stove ain't dirty, honey, then you didn't do something right. Look at this plate. Oh, my gosh. I'm salivating. These smells, the aroma. This meal was so delicious, y'all. We have curry turkey over coconut rice with sauteed cabbage and curry potatoes. Everybody loved it. Let me know if you try this recipe out. Bone apple tea, y'all. Make sure you subscribe, follow, like, and comment, and let me know what recipes you want me to make next.